So I think so it started recording. Yeah. Hi Vedesh. How are you, man?
Yep.
Hi
Yeah. Hi.
Vedesh.
Hi, Tanmay. I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. It's been long time. How are you doing? How is life?
Yeah. It's going good. Struggles. Yeah.
Struggles. So, okay. Yeah. Welcome to the VichaarVerse podcast. You know, so the idea behind, VichaarVerse is nothing but you take up a thought and you dissect it, and we have guests like you coming in who are basically the representation of that thought, and just we try to dissect that thought and if possible have a meaningful conversation, and if possible also add value to the audience. So yeah, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, so it's pretty nascent stage of the podcast and everything yet. So when I invited you, why did you say yes for?
You're my good friend, and the topic is of my interest. So, wanted to talk about it, or maybe you wanted to know about it, and so I said yes.
Yeah, so the
Uh,
topic is quite interesting, and I think so it resonates quite well with you as well. So, as much as I know you, you are kind of that geeky person, and most of the times I have seen you, playing with browsers. So that's why I thought the thought of browsers could resonate well with you. So yeah, I would want to ask, what is what is this about browsers that obsesses you, or that attracts you so much? Is it that it is a part of your productivity thing, or is it because people spend most of the time with the browsers, and if you are productive there, it eventually that also reflects across your workflow or your workspace?
yeah. Browsers mostly it's the place where I spend most of my time at, and
Oh, is it?
uh, yeah. So whatever I surf or search, everything happens in the browser, and I'm a tab holder, so I keep many tabs open. So I want a flow state when I'm browsing, and I want things to be organized. So that thought kept me relentlessly trying to be more productive with the things that I use, with the kind of browser that I want, I prefer. And it has been a long quest. It's been years of switching browsers, mostly 1 year, where I'm with my perfect browser.
Yeah, yeah. So I think so. Currently, Vivaldi is your thing, right?
Yeah,
So
the
Vedesh,
OG.
could you walk us through your journey of transitioning from one browser to another? I think so. It started with Edge, right? Edge is the basic thing, everyone's first or
Yeah.
second browser, I would say, after Chrome.
Uh, yeah. So first, it started with Chrome. Till 16 years old, I was using Chrome. Whatever that was the only browser we know. Till that age.
Firefox. Those were
Then
only the two browsers, I
yeah,
think, that at
Firefox
that
had
time.
Chrome. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but Firefox was
Then
pretty unknown. The only thing at
yeah,
that time that was pretty known was Chrome. I think so.
yeah,
Opera was also in the picture. Opera, Chrome,
yeah.
and
So Internet Explorer. Very few people use it
Internet
when
Explorer. Yeah, true.
Edge was not a thing. Yeah. So till that time, so till my 10th or so, I mostly used it in my work, in my relatives PCs also, Windows XP, Windows 7 thing. So mostly
Mm.
Chrome. Then when I got chance to have a mini laptop thing in my intermediate during COVID,
Oh,
mostly
what is
even
this
that
mini
was
laptop thing? What do you mean by
uh,
mini laptop?
it was gifted by my brother, elder brother. I
Oh,
mean, so that was a 16,000 thing. It was a mobile laptop with very low compute power.
okay. So those
It does not
Pentium
have a
chips
CPU,
one,
actual CPU RAM. Yeah, somewhat like that. Yeah.
Pentium chips. Okay, okay. Cool, cool.
So kind
So
of
that
slow,
was your first
laggy.
machine.
Yeah, that was kind of slow, laggy, but did the work when I used to attend classes. There, mostly I used Chrome. Then slowly started using Edge, and it was a peak browser for me till second year. The very thing that I liked about Edge was its memory offloading thing. Resource
Mm.
utilization is less. As I used to use only Windows machines, they used to have uh, better RAM management between Windows and Edge browser. So that is one thing, and the most important thing is vertical tabs. I'm just fan of it
Yeah,
because
true.
I have many tabs open, and managing them is really easy when you have vertical
Even I'm
tabs.
fan of that feature. Vertical tabs is the go-to thing. Yeah.
Then on mobile also, mostly I used to have just Chrome till my second year. Then in third year, one of my friend Madhava introduced me to Opera. I really like the snappiness on it on the mobile, and wanted to have less tabs on mobile open. So Opera did that thing, and it also had VPN for some websites that didn't work on college Wi-Fi, like
College Wi-Fi.
Hugging Face or some others. So
You used to open Hugging
mostly
Face on
Opera till
mobile.
third year or so. Sometimes some very few websites didn't open. Just saying Hugging Face was a thing that came to my mind when speaking. So Opera. Then then by the end of third year of my engineering, my productivity thing came to
Sort of. Yeah.
peaks. So too
I think so.
much
It was
glitter
before that
scrolls.
only.
Uh, it was in third year actually. Second year, mostly I was fan of Edge. Even by then, didn't switch many browsers back then. But third year was the real time where I started experimenting with new browsers. Then came the my favorite thing, Arc browser,
Why apart?
but it wasn't on Windows yet by that. Why Arc? So it's again productive, neatly organized vertical tabs with spaces feature and all those things. Really great. I wish I could show you that demo on Windows laptop, but Vivaldi, I liked it so much that I had to uninstall Arc.
Yeah. So what made you transition from art to Vivaldi? So just highlight how Vivaldi, has become your the go-to browser.
If you ask any power user what browser would they want to use, I mean, if they have experimented browsers, they would definitely come to the one name called Vivaldi. Vivaldi is Vivaldi because it's the peak customization any browser could offer you. Literally peak customization. Every part of the browser that you see, every shortcut, every feature, you can customize it.
Mhm.
No other browser has it. So one of the few things that I like about Vivaldi is one, of course, vertical tabs. Then comes workspaces where I can have group of tabs separated into spaces so that I can switch into based on the things I'm into. Like if I'm working on a project, so I can have dedicated workspace for that. Or if I'm doing my personal browsing thing or so, that one, and work related thing, another workspace like that, and command bar, panels, sessions, and
Sessions?
one really
What
good
are
thing,
sessions?
sessions. Uh, it basically is if you have tons and tons of tabs open and you don't want to bookmark those tabs or keep it in a workspace, or don't want it to be cluttered lying just lying there, you can capture those snapshot of tabs you have and store it,
Mm-hmm.
give it some name, then
Okay.
when you want to open those tabs you can get back to them. Though I don't use it more often, but that's good to have. And Vivaldi is not just a browser. If you see, it offers a lot more than what a browser offers you. It has email client built in. It has notes app. It has translate option right into the sidebar, and it has RSS feed support if you read or subscribe to feeds like that. So it's just peak, 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 peak of a browser that you can get.
Okay, cool, cool.
And fun fact that Vivaldi was started in 2014, and the CEO is the same person who started Opera.
Oh, so the CEO of
Yeah,
Opera is the brain behind Vivaldi.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So, you said that you were quite fascinated by Arc, right? So, what made you switch from Arc? Why did you leave Arc? Was there something that you did? I think so. They stopped development for Windows or something like that. Was it the
Yeah.
reason?
Even so, first, what excited me to jump or try out Arc was when I first started going through their Twitter page. So, what kind of features they have and all. Uh, but then I realized it is not on Windows yet, so it might take at least
Mhm.
1 year for that to be on Windows. Uh, Even that didn't stop me, but once I got hands on or got into beta testing of Arc browser, it has literally bare minimum features of compared to what the macOS version has. So like it has this whole sidebar thing where you can manage your downloads. It even provides you a canvas uh, and other organizing features. That one, and the command bar that you see when you press Control T. Uh, in macOS, it provides a lot more functionality compared to what it had on Windows when I was beta testing, or even when it was out as a stable release. So those feature parity made me kind of dislike where the Windows development of Arc browser is going. And later after they released the stable version, I mean after the full release of the Windows version, they kind of staggered the Windows development and shifted their focus on to developing a new browser. It's called Dia now, completely AI focused or agent driven browser.
Mhm.
uh,
So that is
but
platform agnostic, that browser,
yeah,
or that's only Mac first.
it's Mac first actually, but yesterday I read some post by the CEO. He mentioned that most of the development uh, is happening platform agnostic, but they are currently focusing on the Mac
On Mac.
OS to get it out first.
Okay. So if you were given chance, to switch your OS from Windows to Mac, so would you switch to Arc again?
Maybe not, because I have seen few issues with Arc being memory heavy resource consumption. So maybe not, but if I have, I might give it a try. But given how much I'm into the Vivaldi's ecosystem, I might not.
Okay, cool. When I think of browsers again, I haven't experimented other than Arc, the one you suggested, but somehow I was not able to pick up Arc. Yeah, I think so. The barrier to entry was a little bit higher. I don't know, but it's Edge is just simple, man.
Yeah,
It does
agree.
majority of the books. The best feature I think in Edge is the PDF reader.
Yeah,
That
sure,
is the best thing.
sure.
So nothing
Yeah, yeah,
nothing beats
agree.
that. And for me, if a browser is able to do that, if I could highlight my notes in a PDF, I can save them. I can come back and read them. Of course, there is nothing like it. Again, I think so. Even Edge has that workspaces features where you can have
Yeah,
workspaces saved.
yes.
You can
And
just go
even
on to that
even you
workspaces.
can add other users into the workspace. Yeah,
Yeah, I just used that. No, I used the grouping feature once while studying for the semesters. Grouping the PDFs for particular unit. So other than that, I just use DuckDuckGo on my mobile. It's quite and
DuckDuckGo.
they boast of not tracking you, or they even have that VPN functionality. When you just turn on that VPN, it blocks the other applications from uh, tracking you or accessing some unwanted, unnecessary permissions. But even that is quite snappy, and when you want to browse stuff that is not mainstream, like whenever someone sends you an Instagram reel, you don't want it open in Chrome, and just I use that. But I haven't used the Edge as a mobile browser. So which one do you use for mobile browser? And is the experience same for the mobile
Yep.
browser as well?
Even on mobile, I have started using Vivaldi 2 months after uh, getting into the PC version of Vivaldi. The reason I use Vivaldi on mobile is the sync feature and again customization. You can literally customize everything, organized settings, theme, dashboard view, everything.
So
I
even on
mean,
the
it,
mobile.
yeah. The theme can be customized, tracker if you want to load images when you load pages. That those kind of minute settings can also be configured.
So the experience is quite the same on the mobile browser as that on the desktop.
Yes.
Oh, that's quite good. But does the mobile version support extensions?
No, no, it doesn't.
That one thing I think so everyone hates
Yeah.
about mobile browsers. They don't
But
support extensions.
what kind of extensions would you need if you want to have it on mobile? Which ones?
I think so. The current extensions that I don't use extensions that much. The only extensions I use, I think, is the video speed controller. Uh, and I don't know. I don't remember anything else. I think so.
Apart
It is
from
the dark mode
apart
switch.
from dark mode switch, okay. So apart from
I guess
would
those are
you
already built in.
ad blocker? Mostly Vivaldi
Ad
supports
blocker,
it.
yeah, ad blocker.
Yeah.
That's.
Uh,
I think so.
would
Brave
you
does that,
really?
right? Out of the
Yeah,
box.
Brave also does that. Firefox also to some extent. Only browsers I know that support extensions are Edge. That is recently they have added support for extensions
Oh,
on
is it
mobile. Yeah,
nice? I'll have to try that
and
out.
and what else? Firefox and I heard some browser name. It's called I don't remember, but it's a Chromium based only, but it supports extensions.
So I guess if we have to categorize all of these browsers, I think so. Most of them are Chromium based only.
Yep.
Except Mozilla is not. Firefox is not Chromium based. They have their own engine, right?
Yeah. It's called Blink or something. It's
No, no, Blink is actually Chromium, I think.
Gecko or
So I was just reading about this. So what I was fascinated by is the first engine was developed by Apple, it seems.
yeah.
So but they don't maintain it now. It's just for Safari and it's not actively maintained. And even on Safari, they allow Chrome to run.
Mm.
Strange thing because they were the front runners, right? They were the front runners. They
Yeah.
created something and they open sourced it. And from there, uh, Google forked, made its own Chromium. Again, even though that is open source, but
That's the
yeah, the front runners itself are not
actively
maintaining what
maintained.
they had created. Why do you think?
Not sure. Maybe they don't want to expose the how they made their Safari browser snappy, or maybe some kind of that kind of reason is there. Not sure.
Okay, since so if suppose tomorrow Vivaldi goes down, which one will you switch back to?
Hands down, Microsoft Edge.
Ah, hopefully, thankfully, yeah. Okay, so Videsh, if you were to ask someone to try Vivaldi and explain why should a user try out Vivaldi or why shouldn't a user? Let's first focus on why shouldn't a user try out Vivaldi.
You shouldn't try Vivaldi if you are not geeky, if you don't have too many tabs open, if you don't want to mess your workflow or things you have set up on some other browser and you seem uninterested. That's it. And you don't care about browsers. You just want to get your stuff done and just pack your things up.
Okay. So you would say that Vivaldi has, in terms of productivity, how has it helped you other than the customizations and those groupings, workspaces? Other than that, in terms of productivity, how has it helped you?
So one of the thing is you can assign nicknames or to some bookmarks. So instead of you having to type or having to search the bookmark and then go to the website, you can just assign some nickname to the website. Suppose I have monkeytype.com bookmark assigned with some nickname called MT. So when I open command bar or search bar and just type MT and press enter, I just go to the website. So I don't have to type the whole thing out. That is one thing. And
That
in
is
Vivaldi you
definitely a
can
good thing. Yeah.
yeah. And other thing, you can design a chain of commands. So let's say uh, you are a working person and every morning you want to have 5 tabs open. The first thing that you want to see when you open a browser is those five tabs. So you can maybe assign some keyword or some keyboard shortcut and
It's kind of startup apps.
startup apps. So once you open command bar and type that thing, or just open the browser and press those keyboard shortcuts, it just opens those tabs for you, puts those tabs in split screen or however you want, and maybe even uh, turn on dark mode. I mean, those kind of settings you can automate or design workflows for those kind of things.
Okay, cool. So the first thing is you can assign nicknames to bookmarks or even websites so that it saves your time. That's definitely a good thing. And other than that is this startup apps kind of feature when you
Chain of
just
commands.
press.
That is
Yeah,
just one part of what chain of commands can do, but the whole feature is chain of command. That is what it is called.
the chain of commands means after when you press some command, suppose you in the
The
command,
next thing you can link what should happen after this, after this, after this.
basically you are triggering a workflow as soon as you hit that particular startup command or something.
Yep.
So
And
these, yeah, yeah, go.
there are many things actually. Suppose you don't want a ton of different services you want to hop to get your things done. Vivaldi can be just the one software that you can use. Uh, for example, it has Vivaldi email client built in. So within the browser, you have a separate tab, the email client built by Vivaldi with lots of keyboard shortcuts, lots of uh, carefully designed things where things should be, and you can add multiple emails to it. It will be a single source of all email readings. So that is one thing. Even though I don't use it, but I'm just mentioning it here. And let's say you're browsing something and you just want to capture something you have noticed. So it even has a notes section, notes panel in the built in the browser itself. So you can type things out and save it. Maybe you can review them later and browse those things, clear them up, whatever. And Chrome offers this translate feature wherein you highlight the word or highlight a sentence and right click and then do Google Translate. This text is going into Google servers, right? So this is one thing. Vivaldi has its own again translate panel built into it. So you just type in the text, it auto translates you. It isn't going through Google servers. It's going through some European servers, but it's actually some kind of open source API thing they use. So that is one thing. And
So
if you
basically, it
are,
is not storing what you're translating.
yeah, something like that. And if you are an old guy or keep track of news or updates through RSS feeds, again, you have that built in to Vivaldi.
So, could you just, even though it has these many features, so for majority of the people who will be using Vivaldi, what would be those top two or top three practical features that people, most of the people will be using? If you could just highlight those three, top two or top three. It might have X or Y number of features, but for majority of the people, not all those X or Y will not be relevant. Top two or top three, that will be the most used features by uh, masses. So I think so. The shortcuts, that naming would be one thing. You could just
Yep.
provide nicknames or aliases for different websites, or is it for just websites or a
Mostly
particular
URLs.
chain reaction as well?
Even they work, but mostly it's for bookmarks. You can assign nicknames and then
Okay, just
just
for the
type the nickname.
bookmarks.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So one thing is definitely workspaces. Of course, even Edge you have that feature, but it is like it's specifically for when you want to collaborate. It is that kind of feature, but in Vivaldi it's not like that. And you have tab stacks, which is a different name of grouping in MSH or Chrome. Uh, Even here, it seems similar, but you can even name the rename or do different things with your tab stack, or you can even click on the tab stack and hibernate the tab stack if those particular tabs are consuming your resources. So if you are using resource intensive tabs and you don't want to, let's say, burden your PC with that much memory, you can just hibernate the tabs and get back to it. Other browsers won't give you this option. Here in Vivaldi you have, maybe this is nerdy feature, but uh, is handy actually.
Okay, so those were the top two features that you think would be, applicable or would be most useful to the masses, right?
Maybe. And again, Vivaldi is not for everyone. It's for who are extremely uh, curious or want to try out different things or want to have a flow state. They like it.
Want to have flow state. What do you
Flow
mean by
state,
flow state?
a particular way of doing things, or
Okay.
you don't have to switch too much.
Okay. Let's see how many people try out Vivaldi after this. Probably I might or I might not because I want things to be very simple. MSH clearly does that without much hassle. The things with
Even
customizations and all of these things is they do have a significant barrier to entry, and even that's what probably eliminates or segregates them, or basically their market positioning is that way. They are not meant for the masses, they are meant for a very niche type of
group of
people like you, who are who want things to be a certain way. Probably uh, for people for people who where browsers play a significant part or significant time in their life. So yeah, that's it,
and
man. Thank you.
just thank you. And
Any any notes? Yeah, you say
just
something.
before we
Sorry.
wrap up, just want to mention this feature. You have this break mode in Vivaldi, where you just black out everything, the tabs you have open with just a keyboard shortcut. So it's break mode, and even you have built-in Pomodoro timer and clock that you can see.
Those are for those
Just wanted to mention
productivity
it. That's it.
people. Yeah, sure. So yeah, we could understand how much you love Vivaldi. Those last 2 points, that gave it away. Yeah, Ah, yeah, man. That's it. I think I guess we gave it a good shot at covering the thought of browsers. We started
Yeah,
from the journey. It was quite fascinating how you were introduced to Chrome and you managed to live with Chrome with that Pentium laptop, and then you switch to MSH, then Opera,
it's,
but MSH still has something. MSH, Opera, then uh, Arc. Arc team needs to do something, right? After Arc, your final. I hope so. This will be your final destination. If you would switch from Vivaldi,
yes,
what feature or what thing will make you switch from Vivaldi to some another browser?
nothing. I guess it's complete actually. I'm even trying out this browser called Zen. It's a fork of Firefox.
Oh,
It's trying to be Arc, which never was for Windows, but it has its own limitation. It's kind of resource intensive, and because
hmm.
it's based on Firefox, so that is one thing. But even that offers good amount of customization and what Arc could have been.
Okay. Let's hope so that Zen browser catches up and gives. tough competition for you to choose between Zen and Vivaldi. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Thanks,
yeah, it
man.
was
Thanks
fun.
for coming on to the podcast and kind of sharing the raw thoughts. I think so. We covered good amount of uh, content around browsers. We were decently able to dissect the thought of browsers. What do you feel? Were we able to do that or not?
I hoped we would have a screen share of how I would be using my browser or how did I set up the browser. But it's late
Yeah,
now.
we can do that, but I think so. The Zoom meeting has less than
It's
1 minute left. So
okay. I think it's
yeah,
probably the recording time, I guess. Yeah.
no. It's the meeting time. I think so. Zoom limits the meeting time to 45 minutes, something like that. Pre-plan. You can. I
Nevertheless,
definitely had it in plan, but we'll have to reconnect again for you to show that.
yeah, part two.
Not part two. We'll just disconnect from this
Just
meeting,
another.
come back again. You can share, and
Yeah,
then we can have an closure. What say?
sure.
You want to flaunt off your skills?
We can do that.
Okay, then let's connect back. Huh?
Maybe it's
I hope this got
okay.
recorded, or else you'll have to sit for another 45 minutes. Hi man, welcome back. You can directly share and flaunt your Vivaldi setup.
We have disabled share, I guess. Host disabled attendee
Oh
screen
shit,
sharing.
my bad. Allow participants to share the screen. Yeah, I think so. I remember. Are you able to share?
Yep. Is it visible?
Yeah, I can see myself.
So the first thing empty, and I have that thing open. And whenever you bookmark something, you will be provided with some extra options like you can assign some description, the nickname that I mentioned, uh, and if you also want to show it in a speed
Can you
dials is
just open
basically
another tab? No.
sure.
Me seeing myself is weird.
So
So
this
this
is
is
how
also
new tab
customized, right?
looks
Your
in
homepage.
my browser. Yeah, yeah, yes.
Privacy statistics. Ads block. US dollar. Oh,
They,
bro is aiming for
they recently
earning in
rolled out
dollars.
this around 5 months back or so. This dashboards set up in your just picked it there, and you have speed dials too,
Speed dial.
bookmarks.
Hacker rank. Notion pro.
Basically, all these sites you have see
Okay, so
bookmarks and
you can display all the contents of a folder as a separate tab.
uh, specifically bookmark folder named with speed dial.
Yeah,
I
if
mean, you
if
can
I
also display
with the
the other
plus
one.
option I can have another folder, right?
Yeah, yes, you can actually. Even you can assign
Add
a folder
folders
and
in
then you
folder.
have multiple tabs. And the one good thing about history is you have this view.
Wow, what is this one? Towards the left, what is it? 9, 10,
Uh,
14,
Number of
25.
sites you have visited on those dates. The darker the orange color, the more number of
You
sites you have
you
visited in
visit
that day.
28 sites on an average. Nice. Okay, that is the date. So if more darker, the more number of sites you visit.
Yeah.
38 visits.
Month based, week based. That is why I'm saying it's peak customization. Peak. What else? Uh, the notes features that I was talking about.
Oh, so do these notes get saved in the local storage? Is there an option, or
Just
are
the
they just
just the
be here?
browser specific folder. You don't need to save them manually at some other place. It's just in the browser specific folder.
But if I need to transfer it to some other place where I can have them,
Uh, didn't try out that one.
yeah,
Maybe
we
you
can
can
download.
specific one, but I think bulk ones, no, you can't export them in bulk. You just have to do it one by one. You even have the markdown option here.
PSA prep.
Nice text formatting.
I
This
get
was
it, man.
when
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
what else? You have this reading list
This is your
sessions.
RSS feed, huh?
No, this one is
You did not subscribe to mine. Say.
not all needs to be subscribed, and only
Oh,
two of them,
okay.
bro. Substack. Of course, I have the mobile app, so why would I need to? I just get a notification of your which hours post uh, blog, and I read it there. These are the ones when I just figured out about RSS feeds, and then the next day I found some blog, and then just
Yeah, even
got
I tried
subscribed.
to integrate RSS into my blog, but uh, I don't think so. Blogger was able to support, or I don't know. I was not able to understand it completely. It's kind of a pub/sub model, right? You just publish an update, and those guys can fetch and read. Is it something like that?
Yeah, just
But
have
it's
some.
not used a lot these days, if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong. It's
yeah.
pretty old tech. Or there's something like Docker visible onto the right. No, that's translate. Okay. You have a separate way for translation, notes, history.
These are sessions. It even has active tabs that are open also. It
How
shows up,
many problems do you do, man? You have
bro. Those were
saving all
around
those sessions.
4 months back. 4 months back, they just lie there.
Oh my God.
I just didn't touch or bother about closing them, so it just stays there. What else? Even
You
in the
must
latest update, they have
Proton VPN.
integrated this Proton VPN extension. It's
Mm.
basically Chrome extension, but separate icon alongside Vivaldi's icons. What else do you have? Uh, the break mode that I was talking about.
So you don't do anything in the break mode. You just
It just uh,
blank screen.
blank screens. Yeah.
Oh, it's like that focus mode on focus mode or something that you have on Android phones, right? Digital well-being. You have that focus mode.
But here you won't be doing any. any task, just to stay idle.
A better thing would be to
And
just
the
shut down
Pomodoro
the
that I
laptop.
talked about, the clock.
Is this the default theme, or you have added this theme?
Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I am able to hear. Were you saying something before?
I don't hear your voice.
Hello? Hello? Am I audible now? Hello? 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 Hello?
Okay, my browser tab was on mute. Now,
Nice, bro. Nice. अच्छा है, अच्छा है. डायरेक्ट ही म्यूट कर दी.
and the peak, the epitome of customization. You have it in settings. You can literally edit each part or how you want to view it. Even I made my own theme.
Green dark.
Yeah,
This is the underlying theme, the the one that I'm able to see behind those widgets. That's your theme.
everything actually. This is my
Oh,
theme actually. Yeah, it is applied to whole browser, not just the
I
title
was
bar
just
or
asking whether the color scheme is that the green gradient turning to black. That's green dark coffee privates.
and I don't use Control T and then search for something. I just use this command bar. I have set that keyboard shortcut to F2 function 2 key and I just type them here. And if I want to open settings, I just type it. You have it. If I want to, let's say, stack tabs, the selected tabs just go stacked. You can do basically anything or most of the things from your command bar. This is one of the great things I like about Vivaldi.
This needs
Uh,
to come in H.
yeah. And
Hopefully
if I
they
want to
bring it.
switch to a workspace, you just type it. It goes there. Or df exam prep. It goes there.
Example. Oh my God. Golang,
Too many
Misk,
tabs.
Spring, AWS.
Those were 3 months back workspaces that I have created and never bothered to close it. And resource utilization is maybe fine or slightly on the
Gigs.
higher side, but makes sense given
It's
what
fine, I
Vivaldi
guess,
can do.
because you have been using so many things, right? So if we compare that with the number of features that you are getting and the things you can do, probably I for now this is the only stack that is running browser discussion, right? The rest all are hibernating.
Yeah, rest all are hibernated, yes. And the fact that I have 6 extensions running and have 3 tabs open with this much of customization and it's still
Yeah, that's
at
fine.
2.5 makes sense. Yeah.
2.5 gigs is good enough.
Yeah.
But that would be cooked on my laptop.
16 GB has become the norm these days, at least for students or devs.
Yeah, my 8 gig, it's just
Uh, and the customization, you can even customize or order how you want them to be displayed. Like if you type something, would you want your bookmarks to be displayed first or open tabs? Even you can
Okay, even
customize that.
you have that customization as well. All
Yeah. The thing I was
the
talking
order
about
of
command chains.
acha, acha.
Proxy settings. This is pretty standard, but I don't think Chrome gives this option. Gives this the option. Connect to some private internet IP over proxy or use a proxy server. It is there in Firefox, but not sure if it is present in other Chromium browsers.
Mhm.
And if you set some search engine with some nickname, most browsers have it. But one unique thing is if you add a new search engine here, and if you also have Vivaldi in your mobile browser and signed in with the same account, it just syncs. I mean, you don't have to again set there manually. It is automatically synced, and you can just get going. That is one thing. Themes, appearance, sync. What
Way too
else?
many.
Tabs, yeah. This is when you have tabs at the top, right, bottom.
Oh, bottom is something that I need to try. Kind of feels like just the applications on your taskbar.
Yeah. And literally everything you can customize it. If you are trying to switch to Vivaldi, it's getting used to it or getting full experience of it takes at least 2 months. It's
Two
like
months.
a slowly brewed coffee. The more you explore the settings, the more you customize it, the more productive you become, or the better it feels when using this browser. And you can even change how you want your tab stacks to be displayed. Suppose I have a tab stack here, maybe not this one. I can right click and just hibernate tab stack. That's it. So I have this tab stack here, and how do you want to display this tab stack? Do you want to display within this or two level or as an accordion, which is this way? That level of customization we are talking about. And even when you click on the accordion based this thing, the delay that you get, even that you can customize it. Too much, too much customization.
But sometimes too much is too much, right?
I agree.
Most of these things, even though they are minute things, but I don't think so they'll come into play anytime for a normal user,
Of
or
course,
even for a geeky user as well. Do they have that much time to spend and then see how that stack opens up? What is the kind of animation? Does it open up in an accordion, or you have that sideways switch? Probably, over time it may,
it
take
might not
off
make
your
sense. Yeah,
brain. Sorry.
it might not make sense, but if you have time, you'll do this thing. But I kind of regret why did I spend so much time switching between browsers? Why did I not stick with one? Or why did I even spend time customizing this much
Why?
But
Why do you
it is
think?
what it is.
Why do you think you
Uh,
switched?
First thing, I should not have
You should not have.
at that time. Uh, I should not have spent that much time, but at that time I was like, और क्या है, और क्या है, क्या नया है.
Exploration phase.
Uh, I was in that phase. I
But
can
if
even tell you that
if we
I
were
had
to
my examination next day. Even then, till evening, I was tweaking settings in this browser. That kind of mindset I was in.
attic, yeah, some people are like that. We can't do. So if we were to practically rank, suppose this is any normal browser or probably MSH that most of the people use, or Chrome, even Chrome, for instance. So if if we are ranking Chrome or MSH here, so how far up is Vivaldi from here? Is there a pretty significant difference?
Ranking cannot be general here. Depends
I'm asking
what kind of
about your
category you are aiming to.
experience.
If
Suppose Chrome or Edge is X, then what would be
of course
Vivaldi?
now, if I get a new laptop today and just want to get started on things, obviously Chrome, and because
Not even
it's
Edge.
super snappy, Chrome. Uh, Not even Edge, maybe because I want to use Edge only when I have few specific things in place. Like because it has search engine defaults to Bing, which I don't want, and vertical tabs, which needs change there. And I hate the boring theme that it offers. I want to change that. So some kind of customization I need to do before I actually want to use
I think so.
Edge.
Even
So
Chrome does that.
probably
Chrome needs
Chrome.
that. When if you want to start with Chrome, those minimal
Search
setup that
engine, of
needs
course,
to.
Google.
Okay,
Uh,
well, apart from the searching engine, even though Bing search is decent enough now, from my experience.
but its indexing is not that good. I mean, relativity to your search query is not that good, even now. But it's trying hard. Bing is trying hard, especially the way it is trying to display information, categorizing things, AI thing, super good
That even Chrome is
display side,
doing.
but
Even Chrome
indexing
gives that
Chrome,
Gemini output.
Google just has the over AI overviews. It just spits some AI generated text, but Bing is going a little more than that. You can even directly chat
With
after
Copilot.
that query, but Google AI
Yeah.
use does not support that.
But even that has
And
a
you
limit,
have
I guess, right?
images on the right side. Yeah,
Going forward, I don't think so. Search engines would be needed. You can just type in these AI things. Even things like perplexity, they'll take over. Unless you want
maybe.
to specifically go to a website, check something. A quick overviews, perplexity, and all the other LLMs are good enough with their web search option.
Maybe agentic browsers will become a thing in few years. ChatGPT trying to do something like that. OpenAI,
Yeah,
VR browser,
everyone would be
even
doing that
Perplexity with its Comet browser.
format browser. Yeah. And even without a browser, they are good enough. You just go into the application, you type in your uh, query and you get the results and you even get the references, top 10, top 8, top 25, something like that. That's pretty good enough for an overview, unless you want to really deep dive into a topic and do a deep research, which anyways, even search engines pretty much fail at. You need to spend time, you need to spend effort at that. Other than that, I think so these LLMs with powered with the web search facility, they'll just explode.
Good. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, actually, that's it.
Yeah. So how was your experience, man, after finally giving your or sharing your setup? Does Vivaldi
It
also have a
was,
community where people share,
yeah,
and is it
forum.
vibrant enough?
Yes, to some extent, yes.
I think so.
I
Arcs is
mean,
pretty great,
people.
right? Arc has a pretty great community.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have a website thing. They are community based. I mean, not from the company. They are community based Reddit groups and
Community,
Discord
yeah, yeah.
channels, Discord servers. But Vivaldi has their own forum, official forum, where they pick up bugs from or respond to any queries or suggestions users provide, upload features, everything. Y-
Okay. So, yeah, I think so. We can wrap up the episode. It's
Yep,
we quite
it's
we
too late.
went quite over the 1 hour mark, I guess. Hopefully, and
Yeah,
hopefully we were able to generate uh, discuss some valuable content. What do you think? How was your experience with this?
it was great, and actually, first time I was sharing something of my interest. It was great. First time in
Would you like?
podcast. Thanks to you.
Even this is my pretty early. What would you say? This is my second video, I guess. Second time doing the podcast. I hope I'll improve as well on the go. Would you like to come again on the podcast? Share your insights or
Maybe some
share
different
yourself.
topic.
Definitely a different topic, not on browsers, unless there have been significant changes. We could have browser 2.0 or probably some other guests sharing their thoughts on browsers. But definitely, uh, if you'll be coming back again, that will be a different thought or different thought that will be dissecting. So, would you be up for that?
Sure, definitely.
And which one do you think?
Maybe about life, as we discuss.
Life? Why life?
Life or how our career would be, maybe on those topics. Because our in-person conversations revolve around that. So maybe you want to deep dive on those topics in your podcast with some others, probably.
Yeah, we could easily have a round table kind of thing. uh, We can have probably one or two more guests and have a discussion on that topic. But careers and all those things, they're pretty common.
Good.
Everyone speaks on that. I would like to bring someone with whom a thought resonates. Like browsers, this thought resonates very well with you. So that's why I had that idea as well as you as the guest for this browsers. So going ahead, that would be the plan. Bring up someone with whom a particular or a single thought resonates really well. So if I would invite you for the another episode on VichaarVerse, it would definitely be, I guess, productivity. That's what I'm thinking.
Similar topic.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else, Videsh? Any question? Anything you would like to ask, share? Any final closing thoughts?
Now that I have shared my setup or let you know my thoughts on Vivaldi, would you try Vivaldi?
You're asking me.
Yeah, I'm asking you. Maybe not.
See, you know me, right? I I like things pretty simple.
Simple.
I would definitely try out Vivaldi and even experiment with it, but probably I would stick to it or not. That will be of a question.
Sure.
Okay, then.
It was fun.
Yeah, we'll meet again on the podcast. Probably,
Again,
not probably, but yeah, very soon. That's it, man. Thank you for coming in.
thank you for inviting me. Bye.
Bye bye. Keep
Bye.
thinking.
Bye.
Yep. Bye bye.
Bye.